Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I'm really happy to be with you here at my new time for October. I'm trying out a new time, and we're going to see how it goes. I think that it's going to work well, but I'm committing to this time for October, and then my plan is to do it for November as well, and just to keep it here at 7 o'clock. But I needed to just try this out before I went all in and said, yes, this is my new time. So you may have seen that I've actually given up my Tuesdays, my Tuesday Facebook Live. I've been Tuesday and Thursday ever since the pandemic. So I was used to just be once a week. And then when the pandemic started, I incorporated a second weekly Facebook Live. And, you know, since everything has opened up and we're back to a more regular life, I just could not keep up with. I had too many things falling through the cracks. Cracks, I should say. So I felt like something needed to give. So I thought, okay, I'm going to give up one of my Facebook Lives. And in the process, I'm going to maybe change times around and see where we go. Hey, Margaret from Virginia, I'm glad you are joining us. And Jackie and Laura are here. And Kim is here. Thank you so much. Now, I already see that some of you are sharing. And I'm super excited about that because that's going to lead me into one of the other changes I'm making. And that is I'm going to be doing a giveaway at every single Facebook Live moving forward, okay? So not this one, because you have to share this time, and then I'm going to do a drawing, and you need to write on, you need to put in a comment that you have shared. Now, Jennifer Jenkins is one of my admins on here, and she's going to help me track this. So once this has been shared, before I go live next Thursday evening, I will draw, and I have some really good prizes lined up for you. So all that being said, I think we're ready to go and have a little bit of fun tonight. So what I wanted to share with you is this amazing new suite. Now, I had to get this and play with it. I thought it was beautiful when I saw the video, but you know, you kind of have to play with it before you, I think, really fall in love with it. And that's one of the things that I try to bring you guys, is to share with you things that I love. I'm not going to share things with you that I don't love. And if something's hard to use, I'm going to tell you that, because I feel like I try to operate my business in what Jesus said, and that was, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, otherwise known as the golden rule. And so I feel like, well, I would want somebody else to tell me if something's hard to use. So I do that with you guys. And if I think something is really gorgeous and you must have it, then I'm going to share that with you. And if something, you know, once in a while there's something in the catalog, I think it's kind of a clanger. It's just not going to be for me. So I'm only going to share with you what I really love and what I find is useful, and give you ideas on how it can be useful. So this is the Fitting Florets. Now, this is an early release. So there's a couple of things about this. So let me show you the whole sheet and match, and then we'll talk about some of the parameters with it. So this is available right now, because you can see this is available 1 November, and we are on the 13th? Is this the 13th of October? Yes, I have the date correct. So how do I have all this? Well, it's available for demonstrators. So if you're a demonstrator, you can get this right now. And if you want to purchase the starter kit today or tomorrow or next week, you can get this right now. So let me show you what you get in the collection. Now, if you get the whole collection, it's $97.50. And that includes 2 stamp sets, a set of dies, some gorgeous, drop-dead gorgeous designer series paper, and some these little gold adhesive back swirls. So let me show you. I have to tell you, I'm really in love with the paper. Now, this is just 6 pieces because I've been cutting and using. So I have 6 pieces that are untouched. And those are the ones I'm going to share with you. And it is just gorgeous. So this is what we would term the A side. Beautiful artwork. This is kind of an old-fashioned print. Love, love, love the color palette of Evening Evergreen, Balmy Blue, Night of Navy. Isn't it just exquisite? This is my favorite sheet out of the whole thing. I love all things Christmas. This is just gorgeous. I love it. Absolutely love it. This is Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, and of course, white. This piece is really lovely. Definitely an old-fashioned print and kind of an old-fashioned color scheme. Kind of reminds me of, kind of vintage wallpaper. The dies cut out some of these, so that's kind of fun. Then we have, this is my other favorite piece. Love, love, love. This to me could also be used for Christmas or beyond. Who would have thought polished pink with Night of Navy and Balmy Blue? And yet it just to me seems like a holiday pattern. And then this one as well is very much a vintage. This reminds me like of an apron, like a pretty apron from maybe like the 1940s and 50s. Really pretty, just like almost like a smaller version of this one and more filled in. Really pretty little bouquets. This one is so bold and so gorgeous. I mean, it's just so vibrant. And I think this, so you have that little sprig here that has almost like your mistletoe berries. So it almost kind of, I don't know, kind of spans several seasons here. Now the B side, some of them I'm thrilled with, some of them I'm not as much. This one, what's not to love? Again, this looks like a piece of wallpaper. Beautiful, really subtle, soft succulent. This is the one that I'm going to struggle to use. Although I've already used it and I'll show you how I used it. I think in small doses, this is going to be nice, or I'm just going to use this side. This one I love, this polished pink. This will be good in small amounts because it's very strong color. Yes, Nola, the fact that we demonstrators can get this stuff ahead of time is just one of the best perks about being a demonstrator. I love, love, love this piece. Balmy blue and white with those little sprigs. Yeah, what's not to love there? So I've used most of these. So I'm going to share with you what I've done. Really sweet. Again, this is like an old-fashioned wallpaper pattern in Blushing Bride. And then the other side of this one is really strong, but it's really nice. Again, you have to cut this up. You have to layer things on top of it, and it's really nice. So this is Evening Evergreen in a gingham print. So that is the paper. Now let me just show you what the actual color scheme, Balmy Blue, Blushing Bride, Crushed Curry. So it has just little bits of crushed curry. Evening Evergreen, Night of Navy, Polished Pink, and Soft Succulent. So let me just go back over this for a minute because you think, well, where's the yellow? It's little accents here. So it's only on these pieces because there's a lot of pieces that don't have any yellow, but the little accents here and there. So of course you get twice this amount. So it's 2 sheets each of the designer series paper. And yeah, Betty, you said you just got yours and you haven't had a chance to play with it. This actually came in on Tuesday, and Tuesday I had my team meeting, so I didn't have a chance to play with it either. Today, I was like, okay, today's the day. We're going to get this out and we're going to play. Now, there are 2 stamp sets. Where are the dies? Let me see where I put the dies. Hang on. These were over at my die cutting station. So this is the actual bundle, and this will be in our spring catalog. Love, love, love the stamps here. Love, love, love these stamps. I mean, you get a birthday, a thank you, a friend, special person. I love this one. Just a little reminder that you are loved. A celebrate. There's just a lot to love here. The flowers mimic the flowers in the designer series paper, but they will also just stand alone. Now, the dies are to die for. No pun intended, but look, we haven't had oval dies in a while. They really pulled out the stops with these. because this is like this reminds me of like an old-fashioned mirror. You can go either direction with it. These cut out the flowers. So, you know, we have some open dies that cut out the flowers that we, or even the leaves that we're going to stamp and then cut out. Oh, that one's here. This one's here. Okay, and this one's here. And then, so there's no frame dies for the words, but you get a lot of other dies. So this is just a sprig die. I love, love, love this one. You've got a couple of leaves that are going to create an open leaf, unless you seal it all up. Oh, I forgot this one. This is actually my favorite flower in here. I love, love, love that one. And then the ovals are, yeah, they're amazing. So I'm going to show you some things so that you can really get a picture of, how you would use them. Because, that's what we do as demonstrators is we share with you, we demonstrate how you would use this in real life. But wait, there's more. There really is. So this is the bundle. There is also an amazing, amazing Christmas greeting set. So if you get the whole collection, you get everything. I'm a sucker for Christmas greetings anyway. I really like the fonts on here. I love the fact that you have just a little Merry Christmas, a little from all of us, because they can be interchanged with things. A Noel and a Fa La La. These go into, of course, you see how you can use look at that right there. You can use your oval dies. You can dress them up or down. Yeah. Of course, you could use these with circle and square dies as well. But I do like it that they really coordinate with this. But wait, there's more. Yes, there is more. Then there's also these little gold swirls. And they're super flat. I mean, really flat. So they're going to be super easy to mail. Oh, I got one on me. So let me show you a little bit of what I did with this today. You can tell me what your favorite is. So this one, I did use one of the dies here, but I was trying to use just the paper and the stamps, and I did use one of those little guys there. Really wanted to highlight the paper. I did use, this is the Soft Succulent Open Weave ribbon. This is the one that carried over from last year. And I think it looks really, really nice on it. Hey, Dudley, I'm glad you joined us. And Kay, I don't think I said hello. So, and Nola. So hello, ladies. Now, this one, I used just a piece of the designer paper, but I really wanted to kind of go with a totally different look. So used an embossing folder here, and I do love this ribbon, and just used our classic rhinestones because they really kind of bring this out. I think when you're using the blues, the rhinestones work really, really well. And there's that oval. That was one of the dies that I used. Now here, I kind of pulled out the stops, probably a little bit busier than I typically make, but I really wanted to showcase. This is all three of the ovals. So this is it just has that pretty ridge. This one is just gorgeous. And once I did all of that, I needed a little something, so I filled it in with some stamps down here. This is probably my next to favorite. This one, I love the way this turned out. So just using two of the pieces of Designer Series paper. And you see how this is the flower in the paper, and you get a large and a smaller, kind of medium and small flower, that you have the stamps and the dies to play with and cut out. Oh, I didn't put a center in there. I'll need to go back and do that. I did use the rose gold paper, which y'all know I really love that. Love, love, love the rose gold paper. And I did all of these flat. Now, this one here, I stuck these two together and popped them up on dimensionals. On this one, I did them all flat and popped the flowers up. So you get some kind of variations of height to give you some depth. Yeah, Jeanette, I'm glad to see you here. And yeah, blue DSP, yeah, this checks all the boxes. Hey, Sherry, I'm glad you're here. This is probably my favorite, because this is my favorite piece of paper in the whole set. And so this shows you how you can use just, one of the smaller die, or the one that's not the filigree. I'm going to have to come up with some names for these. The one that has all the ridges. And I did pop the sentiment up on dimensionals, give it a little bit of lift, and then just use some designer paper. So this, to me, I could make 20 of these really easily, and it wouldn't take me any time at all. I mean, you stamp that, you punch it out with your die cutting machine, and you see when you run this through, let me show you. When you run this die through, this will kind of show you the method of madness on what I was making here. When you run this die through, you get both this and this. So it gives you the oval, but it also gives you that beautiful ridged edge oval frame. So but I didn't want white. I wanted a gold frame here. So then I did, I just took that white ridged frame and popped it over here. So now the one I've just kind of gotten out and started to play with. The other one that I didn't show you yet is this one here. Sorry about the arm in the camera. Not very attractive. So this one, it just gives you an oval of hearts. So this is what that looks like. And then it doesn't actually cut the middle out. It just gives you the heart. So then I put these two together. Sorry. I guess I could get my big boss out and show you. And so then I had this to play with here. So yeah, I'm just kind of playing here. Haven't really decided what I'm going to do with that. Maybe that's what we'll play with tonight, because I got so busy with all of this, I didn't really get a plan for tonight. So once again, let me show you the Fitting Florets collection. It's not a suite, it's a collection. So you can get just the stamp set for $23. You can get just the dies for $37. Interestingly enough, they all work with your mini cut and emboss. So that's an important feature for those of you who don't have a big boss. If you have a baby boss, it works. If you want just the stamp set, that is the festive one, it's $23. Now, this one is cling, red rubber, and this one is photopolymer. If you want just the swirls, they're $8.50. If you want just the paper, it's $12. If you want the whole kit and caboodle, and you do get a bundle price with that, then it is $97.50. Now, I do have a host code here, which you can't use this on the host code. But if you're looking at shopping, this is my host code. If you go to shopwithcandy.com, put that host code in, then that alerts me that you have placed an order with my host code, and I can send you some fun goodies with that. But if you're interested in getting this collection now, what you can do is you can do the Starter Kit Plus. So let me just talk to you for a second about this. So the Starter Kit Plus, it means that you could put this whole collection on there at $97.50, and then you still can get up to, you go all the way up to $155, and you're only going to pay $99 plus tax. That means no shipping. The shipping is free. Now the shipping on $155 here in the US, it's 11% now. So I think it's about $16 or $17. So you save that. Hey, Pat, I'm glad you're here with me. And then you also, so you save your shipping. You also just got well, you paid $99 and you got $155. So then you've got $56 in free product on top of that. And of course, when you save the shipping, that's just money in your pocket. And then you're also going to get a paper pumpkin kit with that. So that's another $23.50. So you get all of that for $99 plus tax. So that is really the way to go. Then, of course, you can order anything you want after that and you get your 20% discount. So I did want to put a plug in for that, because if you're anxious to get your hands on these amazing products and you're anxious to start making these awesome projects, then that's the way to go. And, you know, I do think that because they added in the Christmas greetings, this really does become, you know, year-round crafting. I mean, this I could give any time of year. This might look a little springy, but when you put in all of that, all of the evening evergreen, I think it kind of goes to year round. This is definitely year round. Any time of year I could give that, send that. This is definitely year round. So I think that this is kind of seasonless or evergreen, however you want to term it, crafting. So I just wanted to really encourage you to jump into the starter kit promotion. Oh, what I needed to tell you as well, I knew there was something else before I start trying to make something with you. This is available through January the 4th. The bundle will be in the spring catalog, but the paper will not. And this awesome Christmas greeting stamp set will not. So this is almost like an extra thing. You know, this is like, it's almost like an extra little addition to the holiday book, because that's kind of the way this is running. It's a holiday stamp set. And the gorgeous, gorgeous paper is only available through January the 4th. So, I mean, this and these. So these are limited time. Actually, these 3 items are limited time. The bundle will be in the spring book, okay? So hopefully that is making sense. Or I'm not sure if it's going to be in the spring book. It's carrying over at any rate. You'll be able to get it all the way through. Okay. There was a lot to share. A lot of information. Hopefully that's helping you. Hopefully that's making sense to you. So let's see what we can do with these little items here. I think we've got some items here, and I think we ought to do a little bit of playtime with them. So let me grab a couple more things. I've got the stamps here, got the dies here. Let's just see if we can make something quick and easy in just a few minutes. So I see that Carol is with us from Connecticut. Welcome, welcome. So those of y'all who came in later, I just wanted to go over a change that I'm making, and it will begin next week. So, well, it's kind of starting this week, and it will finalize next week. But all of my Facebook Lives will have a giveaway included, and the giveaway will coincide with those who have shared. So you definitely want to be sharing the video, and you want to say in the comments that you've shared. So that way I know, Jennifer knows, Jen is my admin help on here. And that way we know that you're going to be put into the drawing for my giveaways. And I have some awesome giveaways that I've been kind of stashing up. And I think I'm going to go here and I'm going to go here. So let me grab a couple of things and let's see what we can make with kind of some leftover. I knew I wanted to use this. What's on the other side? That's really pretty too, but this, I love, love, love that piece. So let's see. I'm going to grab a little bit of white scrap and I'm going to grab a navy ink pad and let's see what we can make. What I was looking for earlier, you know. Remember I told you I was missing an embellishment. I missed one right here. Don't those opal rounds look really pretty with this color scheme? I think they really pick up the blues, the iridescence of the blues. So, okay, let's come back here. Focus Candy. We might use these. Now let's just see what else is laying out here. Oh, that's just laying on my table. But sometimes I get some of the best ideas with stuff that's just, you know, lying on the table. Let's see. Let's see what else we can come up with here. I'm going to get my mini chopper here. This is going to be totally flying by the seat of my pants, kind of crafting, which I actually really, really enjoy. Oh, it's a little bit too wide. It's not quite wide enough. That's kind of nice. We could go with gray. Let's see what else I've got lying around here. That's not big enough. Okay, white we can always use. So let's use these. Let's think about that. And I don't know if we're going to use that gray or not. We might want to use white and really have a strong contrast. So if anybody has an opinion, I'm happy to hear opinions. You know, I love to craft with you guys on the fly like this. And we just kind of make it together and make it happen together and have fun together. So let's see what we can come up with. On the fly. Now I need a card base here. So let me grab a card base. I think I want some vellum too, maybe. Let's see. Working on things and I was like, okay, I got to get the dog walked and I got to get dinner on, and yeah, I just kind of ran out of time. I was wondering how this would look with this, but it's not the right blue. Okay, c'est la vie. This I think might look really cool with this. No. That's not going to work because I want this in all of its glory. I do not want to cover that up. Now you like the blue and the gray. Okay. You know what might work, Pat, is I wonder if we do the gray on top of a white card base. Let's try that. The blue and the gray. The other thing we could do is we could just turn this whole thing on its ear, as it were. Well, no, we could do this one on its side, but this one we have to, we definitely don't want the, we don't want the hearts going sideways. So I think we might do is we could go ahead, nah, that doesn't need a white. It needs something else behind it. Let's see. Maybe I'll just do another, let's see how it looks with Melon Mambo. What do we think about that? Do we like the Melon Mambo under it? Or do we want something softer? Up for opinions. Definitely up for some opinions. And truth be told, this is supposed to be polished pink, and I actually put Melon Mambo behind it. So thank you for sharing. Let's see. What I think we might want to do, a darker gray. Okay, let's try that. Let's, this is, oh, I guess I need this one here. Let's look at our trusty Night of Navy. These are some of the colors they're giving us. This is actually Smoky Slate. So these are some of the colors they're giving us. Let's just see what we come up with. Let me grab some paper. Let's see, how does it look with, here's, if we put the darker gray behind it, that's the way it would look. It would need to be a full piece. Or we could, now I've got a lot of navy there. I probably should be going more off the navy. Let's see what Mango Melody might look kind of cool with that. Let's see, are there any matching? Oh, rich raspberry. That's what they're telling us. Rich raspberry. Let's go with it. This is actually one of my favorite purples. So let's see what happens here. What do we think? Is that good? Now I'm going to make this bigger because I want that layer to be full. So, oh, the yellow. Let's try. Let's see what we can come up with. One of the colors that Stampin' Up! Recommended was Mango Melody. Let's see what that looks like. What we're thinking here. We're kind of building and growing here. We could just go with Balmy Blue and stay in the blue family. So let's try that. Or we could do Pool Party. Let's see. Pool Party is kind of nice. I kind of like that. I think these are a little bit strong because I think the gray makes it soft. I like the Pool Party. If we went with navy, I think it's too much navy, personally. That's just a lot of navy. What are we thinking? Calypso, that's actually one of the ones that they mentioned on here. So let's give that a try. So here's Calypso. That might be just the ticket. You know, Pat's a good designer. I'm going to share with you. I'm going to do an online card class later in the month. And one of the cards she designed for my in-person card class, we're going to use. So then I like the Calypso. That looks good. Now here's a different yellow. We could go, this is so saffron, which is definitely softer. That mango was a little strong. We could go with that. That's a nice look as well. So let me get a smoky slate piece because I think we need a full layer here. Let's do that. And let's see what we come up with. Because, you know, this is how you can just kind of play and have fun. And I will say, when I need to make something, I have a plan. Because, like, if I need to make a birthday card for my grandkids, or I'm going to make congratulations cards for my team or something, I have a plan. I have a layout, like a card I've made previously that I like the structure of it. I have a color scheme. I have designer paper. But if I just want to play, this is just playtime. And playtime is valid. It's fun. You know, it's just like our kids. Playing when you're a child is actually really important because you learn. You learn a lot when you're playing, and that's important. Okay, Calypso or the lighter yellow. I think that is right, Dudley. I think that either one of these would work. So let's try that now that I have my correct layer cut here. And let's go there. And I think I'm going to bring that up and then put a little ribbon around here. Or let's see if we like it better on the Calypso. Ooh, I think it needs the Calypso. I tend to like high contrast. So I think I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to wrap a little piece of ribbon around here, unless I could put just a tiny little strip of designer paper. No, I think we're going to do a ribbon around there. So let's see what we've got here. Here's my trusty, I think that would work pretty nicely. What do we think? Put that little bit of silver in there. Okay, and then, you know what? I'm not even sure we're going to do this. We might stamp something on that middle and go with it that way. And then, ooh, I know what might be really good. I would have to change my ribbon, but look, this was over on my workstation. I'm a little obsessed with these, I will tell you. But with that calypso, that might be a really nice little accent, maybe down here in this corner. What do we think? Do we like that? I don't think I have any yellow ribbon at the moment, Pat. Let me see what I can find. Now, if I take Zena, yo, you're in the UK. It's morning. It's 1:40. Yeah. I have my ticket. I'm going to be in your neck of the woods in January. Oh, look at there. I think I like that. What do we think? It's subtle, but I like it. I think I like it a lot. The other direction, I mean, that's totally different, but that looks pretty too. This is that vanilla and gold ribbon. So, okay, Gail's liking the corner piece. So if I do this, I can still bring this in, and I think we're going to like the way this is coming together. I think I'm going to center this. Okay, we're starting to get a little action going here. Okay, let's stick this down, and I think I'm going to actually just center it instead of putting it up in that corner. Come on. If you ever have your seal and it won't get going for you like it's doing, I think it just started to grab. Usually if I kind of bring it forward, it works, but this is what everybody needs in their craft room, and this is the silicone sheet, and it has multiple uses, but when you do that, somehow it just engages your seal. Whoopsie, I got stuff that's getting ready to go everywhere on the floor. Of course, as soon as I said that, it's not going to work. There it is, right there. So for some reason, it just engages your seal. There's a lot of other things you can do with it. It's fabulous when you're using hot glue. It's fabulous when you're using green glue. It's works for a lot of things. So let's just center it like so. And let's wrap a piece like so. This is the, this is actually the gray granite ribbon. And I'm using smoky slate, but honestly, our grays just work together. I use them interchangeably often. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this up because I'm going to stick this right down to my card front. But first, I'm going to put this right across the bottom here and give it just a little bit of accent, a little bit of, I don't want to cover up that. See, I don't want to cover up those little hearts. Okay. There we go. I will say if you were doing a bunch of these, you could probably collect all those hearts and make a really cute little shaker card with those little mini hearts. They're going to be like confetti. Okay, so this is coming along ever so nicely. Now, what I'm thinking we can do, of course, you know I'm going to have to put a knot down here. I don't usually like to leave my ribbons on their own. What I'm thinking we might do is make this into a really sweet birthday card. So I'm going to bring in that stamp that I love. So let's tie this off. Now because of the colors I'm using here, I'm probably not going to use the little gold swirls. But I showed you on some other things the way they look, and they look great. But I'm going to use that little, I love this little corner. This is from the Fabulous Frame, so let me just show you. Ooh. Ooh. Wow, lots of options here, but I think I'm going to go there. Let me just show you the dies that that's from. So this is the set of, this is $31. Doesn't have a coordinating stamp set. You definitely want this set of dies. I use these all the time. And look at there. I wonder if that coordinates. Woohoo, folks. Look at that. We've got some more coordination. You know, this is what happens. I just start talking to you guys and all kinds of things just start happening here. Okay, so you can do some really cool frames here. So there's another oval that coordinates. Didn't even know that. So this is how y'all help me learn, see? Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm going to put a couple of these on here because we're going to do some flowers here after we stamp our greeting. So let's see. This may, you know, when I'm doing kind of a card like this where I'm just kind of picking up stuff off the table and using what I have, sometimes I really like the result. Sometimes I think, yeah, it's okay. Not my favorite card. But I will say, you know, when you're making a lot of cards, not every single one's going to be your favorite. And that's where you kind of have to say that done is better than perfect. And that, now I wouldn't give somebody a card I didn't like. Again, going back to the golden rule, doing unto others as I would have them do to me, I wouldn't want somebody else giving me a card that they thought was ugly. So I'm not going to do that either. Okay, let's go into the stamp set. Got a lot of stuff here. And let's bring in, oh, thank you with all my heart, with all the little hearts there. Oh my. Okay, I was going to do wishes for a beautiful birthday, but this is going to have to go in the center. Let's go right there. Oh, I love that. Maybe I'm going to go in the center because I'm going to bring in those hearts. Now, what else we could do? Oh, I'm getting excited. We could do, would this fit? No, it's too big. Okay, scrap that idea. Oh, now what we could do, we could bring in this guy and still bring in these little guys. This is what I was thinking of using. It's going to get too busy. Okay, Candy, calm down. When I get new products, sometimes I get a little bit overzealous. Okay, so let's grab some of this white paper here. These are little cardstock panels. I tend to cut a bunch of these, like a whole pack, and put them like so, because then they're ready to go. But they also make a great size for when you're, you know, just needing a little bit of white. Let's see. This is what I need, and I'm just going to use my Night of Navy ink. I need another block. Okay, let's go here. And somewhere, here's my Night of Navy pad. So we're just going to do a little bit of stamping here. Oh, Pam, I'm glad you are here, and I appreciate that you're going to watch it on YouTube. Again, throughout the month of October, I'm going to be here at 7 o'clock at night on Thursdays. Thursdays is my new only, I've been doing Thursdays for a long time, but I've been at 4 o'clock for a long time. So 7 o'clock is my new time, and that I think I'm going to just land with. But I'm doing it all for the month of October, and I'm going to see how it goes, because it has to work with my schedule, and it has to work with you guys too. I don't want to be stamping here when nobody's here. I like it. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of these little guys, and we are going to, now these are two different stamps, and I just put both of them on the block at one time, which actually, you know, you could make your own little designer series paper like this. Let's go this way. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in some Calypso Coral and some Balmy Blue, because I'm going to bring in these colors, although I could bring in some gray. So, those of you who came in a bit later, we're just kind of hanging out and playing. I made a bunch of cards earlier today, and I ran out of time to kind of plan something I was going to make with you guys, so I thought we're just going to stamp on the fly, and we're just going to kind of create as we go. So I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to make a couple of, I think I'm going to make the little flowers in, ooh, this may be too dark, in Calypso Coral. Let's see, if we don't like it, we have more paper. I'm going to fill these in with the light Calypso Coral. And you know what? Is this going to bleed out on me? Whoopsie, my whole marker is going to come undone on me. Lord have mercy. Let's go back to this. I think I need new Calypso Coral markers. Let me just see real quick. This is what I want right here. I think sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't work as well as, there we go. See, that marker was just going out. So I was actually going to do two small ones, and then I kind of distracted myself, and I'm doing one small and one large in the Calypso. Now I've stamped these in Night of Navy, so it's a little bit softer than the black. Let's see. But they sometimes will smudge on you. So let's see. Technically, you're not supposed to do it that way. But sometimes I just kind of do what I'm, you know, I don't know, I like to kind of test the boundaries of creativity for sure. So let's just do a little bit of the darker. And we can probably, these flowers didn't totally come out, but maybe we can save them. Hola, Adriana. Bienvenidos. I'm glad you are here. See, this is where I'm thinking when I'm switching this up to 7 o'clock at night, I think I'm going to catch some of you. Like Adriana's a school teacher, so I know she can't usually be with me here at 4 o'clock. So, and, you know, as long as I do dinner a little bit earlier. So this is my first one. I was supposed to be here last week at 7 o'clock, announced it and everything. And then Chad Williams, who is our demonstrator development manager for our region, he was going to be here in town and invited me to gather some leaders and do dinner. And so, yeah, that's where I was, even though I had planned to be here. Oh, you know what? I was going to see about maybe doing one of these in gray. Let's see how it looks in gray. Let's try it. I'm going to do the light. Oh, it might look kind of nice. The dark would be way too dark, but a gray flower might be just the ticket to bring all of these colors together. So, you know, this kind of reminds me of when I'm cooking and I'm not using a recipe, and sometimes, you know, I finish it and I'm like, yeah, this, you know, it's good enough for dinner tonight, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to make that again. So that's kind of the way this is going to be tonight. We'll see whether this is going to go into the recipe book or whether this is going to be one of those, you know, one-hit wonders, as it were, or non-wonders. Okay, let me get make sure I have the dies in here. I think I do. Yep, here we go. you could see this table is so crammed full. It was actually pretty clear, but to show you everything, yeah, it's kind of stacked up. So these little guys here I need. And let me put these. Oh, I had something else I was going to show you tonight. Okay, hang on. Where is my baby boss? Here it is. We're going to pop these up. And then I've been collecting some Happy Mail, and I wanted to show you guys. I hadn't shown you guys my Happy Mail in a while, so I thought that would be a fun thing to do tonight as well. I think also when I'm at 7 o'clock at night versus 4 in the afternoon, I'm not quite as much in a hurry because I'm definitely, well, I am going to the gym after this, believe it or not, but I'm not going, you know, there's nothing, dinner's already done, kitchen's already cleaned up, so I don't have dinner and the dog kind of waiting on me. But yeah, I tend to go to the gym in the evening, partly because it fits my schedule, and this is kind of a somewhat new development. I've been working really hard at my physical therapy so I could be able to go to the gym and do some things there, and it's helping me so much get some muscles that are stronger. So when I go to the gym, I can't do a lot of repetitive movement because of my joint issues. So I go on the treadmill with like 0 resistance for about 8 minutes to warm up. And then I'm just doing weights to strengthen my muscles. So that's another reason I probably can do it at night. And it's not like I'm doing some major workout. I'm just doing strength training. Is that going to go through for me? Yes. And you know, as you age, when you get to a certain age, I'm definitely a senior, you start losing muscle mass. So if you don't do something to offset that, you know, you can end up with some significant, oh, I'm liking that. I'm liking it. We're on the right track, people. Okay. So that is why I go to the gym. As I had said earlier, I'm going to be going to the UK for 2 weeks in January. My daughter-in-law is having her 3rd child, and Griffin is 4 next month, and Felicity just turned 2. So she, needless to say, really has her hands full. And so I get to go, and I volunteered to go, and I said, I'm just going to come, and if you'll have me, I will just come, and all I'm going to do is cook, clean, do laundry, and entertain toddlers. So I got to be able to keep up with these 2 little ones. I got to be able to carry them, you know. You got to have some strength in you to be able to keep up with little ones like that. So this is, you know, the method in my madness. And we did a little exercise, I guess, on my team page this last month, and I challenged my team members to jump on and just do a quick live. It was in our group, so it's just our team. Nobody else is going to see it. It's not made public. And just share, why are you a demonstrator? And it was awesome. I loved hearing people's stories. Michelle is actually our prayer coordinator on our team. And so she shares a fresh prayer thread each week. And she just loves creating. And she shared how she went to her first card making event and how she's just been hooked ever since. Loves getting the discount, loves the community of our Southern Sweet Stampers team. And that's her why. That's why she's a demonstrator. But as she was sharing some things, we all got to know her a little bit better. And that's what's brilliant about, you know, the private Facebook group we have for our team is whether you're in California or Texas or in between or Alaska or wherever you might be, it doesn't matter because we can connect in that format. Oh, this is coming along so nicely. Oh, this is making me happy. You know, seriously, I do cook like this frequently, where I just kind of open the pantry, open the fridge, and it's like, okay, this is what I have. Let's see what we can make with it. And sometimes I really like it, and sometimes it's like, well, you know, we had dinner. Everybody got fed. Everybody's belly's full. Probably wouldn't make that again. And then other times, you just end up with something really fabulous. And I think this is going to end up being really fabulous. So I need some dimensionals. Let me grab some over here. And I'm really liking this color scheme. So well done, ladies. We did kind of a collective designing. I do like doing what I call virtual designing, where we, you know, I kind of throw some things out here and ask for opinions, and we work together to make it all happen. So what I'm doing, and I found this on this other card that I had done. Let me show you what I'm kind of referencing here. This card, I did, you know, 4 of these little flowers. So I like putting one dimensional on the back, and then it has enough space around it where you can kind of position your flowers just the way you want them. Now, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the blue ones, and then the Calypso Coral ones are going to be my accent pieces, as well as the gray. So let's see what we can come up with here. If we go like this, maybe, and maybe like that. See how you can just tuck that? It will kind of slide under these other petals here. Now I think I'm going to put this larger flower down here. Oh, I'm liking this a lot. I don't know if you guys think this is too busy, but I'm liking it a lot. And then we're going to take another one. Now let's see, we could, I like this gray one. It kind of just brings it all. Do I want to, yeah, I think we're going to go there. And then we're going to go here. And then we're going to bling it out. Actually, oh yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. See, I'm wanting to fill in this space here on the lower part of this. Maybe I don't need that there. Maybe this needs to come down here. What do we think? Are we liking it? Oh yeah, if we go there, and then we've got the one at the top. What do you think about the placement? Everybody liking that? I'm thinking what might be the perfect fit here. Perfect little finish, because I've used this, is these. Now I know Pat is not a big sparkly person, but I think she likes rhinestones. So let's see if these champagne rhinestones, is this what we want to use? I think that looks pretty good. What do we think? Let me look at my other things in my bag of tricks and see if there's anything else. These are those iridescent rhinestones, and they pick up the light nicely, but I still kind of think I'm liking those champagne. So Margaret, I'm glad you're liking the colors, because you were part of developing our color scheme. We were all working on this together. So yeah, you like these are your favorite rhinestones, to be honest with you, Laura. They're mine too. They're just super versatile. And you know, my favorite cardstock color is petal pink, and this, it reminds me of that. You know, it kind of has that element of being a little bit peachy. They're very elegant. I just think they're the bomb. You know what? This is not happy with me. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's do that. And I'm going to come in here and get these little ones like so. And I tell you, whoever's going to get this one's going to know I'm thanking them in a big way. Now, I am super, Super happy with that. I'm going to add one more little thing to the inside, and then we are done and dusted. So let's see if I have one of my little panels here. And what I'm going to do is, shall I live dangerously or not? Let's not. We'll grab this because I do get a much better, adherence of my ink. And I'm going to just put these right here. And I'm just going to color those in a little bit. That's going to go on the inside of my card. And then it's just going to be ever so pretty. I'm loving it. So let's go back to a little bit of Calypso here. And let's do a little bit of Balmy on the little one. And thank you so much for sharing, Sherry. I appreciate that ever so much. So as I had said earlier, I'm going to be doing giveaways every single Facebook Live. I've got some fun plans up my sleeve. So when you share here, and that includes the replay next week on Wednesday, I will go through. Jennifer's going to help me. And I'm going to do a drawing, draw a name, and then I will share that and the prize. So you do have to be willing when you share to give me your address, your mailing address, so I can send your prize to you. But I don't think you'll mind. Some of you, I have your addresses, and some of you, I don't. And Gail, you are just exactly right, because this, you know, I think I'm going to put it up there. I was originally going to do it down here. Yeah, maybe we'll do it down there. And let's just, now I'm not going to color these on the envelope because it's blends and they will bleed through. However, it's going to still keep this nice little motif going, and I think it's going to look really sweet. So let's just pop this right down like so. And let's take this one off and this one here, and let's go like so. And that is all ready to have an address on it and ready for the mail. So we've done good work tonight, ladies, friends. I appreciate your input. And before I sign off, I'm going to show you some of my happy mail that I've got over here that I've been collecting, so that you can see some of the awesome ideas. That is done and dusted. What do you think, ladies? I think it was a pretty good collaborative effort. And really, I was just trying to demonstrate how this oval worked with the hearts. And that's kind of was the beginning of making this happen. So thank you again for all of your input. And those of you who came on later, make sure you go back and watch all the wonders of this gorgeous new collection that we have that is available for demonstrators right now. And then it is available for everybody else. I think it's November the 1st. Let me grab this. And just so I get my dates correct, yeah, November the 1st. And let me go over a few things here with you to show you. Like I said, I've been collecting for a little bit. Isn't that lovely? I got this from my friend Janet Holmes, who is up in Fort Worth, and she is a demonstrator friend. And actually, we're couple friends, so her husband and my husband get on well, so we do couple things together and enjoy. And this was from Chad. This is from my demonstrator development manager when I earned the trip last year, or I guess, well, wasn't last, early this year. He sent me a congratulations card. Isn't that cool that our staff actually go and they make their own cards and mail them out to us. Oh, Dudley, that's a great idea. I could put a piece of paper inside. That's a great idea. We might go back and do that real quick. This I got from my friend Alicia. She's on my team, and this is just so sweet. And this I got from, I think this is from Becky. Becky is one of the people who comes to our crafting retreats. She comes every time, and she has beautiful work. So she sent her check with this gorgeous little card. And this is from one of my uplines, and she sent me this card for, I think, a top sales achievement or something. This is from one of my dear friends and probably one of my first ever customers. This is from Sarah, and look, she wanted to try out this kind of, I don't know what you call this pattern, but with all these little strips of paper. Great way to use up your scraps. And didn't that turn out gorgeous? I love it. So, and then she wrote she's a really, really special friend. Love, love, love. This, we might do this technique on a future Facebook Live. So this is from another dear friend, Terry, and she's going to be at retreat. This was one of my all-time favorite stamp sets from several years back. I think it was called Vintage Leaves. Terry was part of my stamp club when I used to do club here in my home. And so it's going to be great to see her. This is also from Alicia, who is part of my team. And Alicia actually heads up our, we have a quarterly giving back endeavor. And so each quarter, we make cards or gather up our card stash, and we send them to various organizations. And this time we're doing it for teachers. And so if you're here in the San Antonio area, we're sending to one particular school. And if you're in another area of the country, we encourage you to find a school. And we're just doing, all kinds of cards that teachers can use. So we're not filling them out, thanking them for what they do. We're giving them cards that they can use for their students, for their personal lives, for however they want to use them. So this is from Alicia, and she is my Making a Difference coordinator for my team. This is from Ione. She is part of my team and a dear friend. She comes to all my retreats, and she's just amazing. One of my favorite people in the whole world. That's Ione. This is from Karen. Karen used to stamp with me here in town, and she moved to Kansas, took a position there, and that's actually her original home. And she sent me her check in this because she's actually flying in from Kansas to come to our retreat next week. So very cool. And this is another card from Ione. Isn't that gorgeous? With our new gingham cottage paper. And this is another card from Ione. Ione always sends me a thank you card after retreat. She's a paying guest at my retreats, but she always sends me a thank you card, which I think is just the neatest thing. And then I also have, this is from Mary Sosa, and she's part of my team. And this beautiful, beautiful card. I think she was sending me a class, check. So, like I said, I've been collecting these for a little bit, and knew that I needed to share these with you. Lots of great ideas here. And let's just do what Dudley had suggested. Let's grab this card, and because it's good to, let's take this scrap. This is what I cut off. Let's tuck that inside. So y'all realize what we're doing here. Because when you use the blends, they bleed through to the other side because they're alcohol markers. So we're going to do this. We're going to fill these in. And we're going to do it right here. And we're going to have, nope, we're doing good. I appreciate you asking. Dudley said I might need 2 pieces, but I just turned it over and we're okay. And you know, truth be told, if it did bleed through a little bit, I don't think the person I'm going to share this with would probably be okay with that. So I think I'm going to do one of each color. So I'm going to do, I probably should have put that one in the middle. Yeah, maybe I'll just do 2 colors, because I was going to do 1 gray and 1 blue, and then I kind of put the brightest one out there. Oh, well. Oh, well. There's the gray. Actually, I think this will work. Let's just do it. And you know, sometimes I purposely leave a little bit of white on my flowers like that, because you know, in nature, a lot of times they're not like all the way, they're not colored every single little bit. And truth be told, you know, we oftentimes make flowers whatever color we want, because that's what we do with art. We make them the colors that we want to make them. So when I finish this, I will upload this to YouTube, and so that people who could not be with us on Facebook will get to see this. That took it over the top. Thank you, Dudley, for a great suggestion, because that did just kind of bring it all together. So thank you again for tuning in. Make sure that you share. And if you would like to get in on this gorgeous, gorgeous collection right now, remember that you can, I will have the link on here. You can purchase a starter kit for you purchase a starter kit for $99 plus tax, but you get to choose $155 of product, anything you want, and you will automatically stay active until March of next year. That means you'll get in on all the early release of the spring catalog and lots of goodies. So thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Don't forget to share. Take care, and God bless.